Distinguished guests, may I warmly welcome you all once again to Red House Bar. May I kindly ask you all now to take your seats in our puja for the engagement ceremony. Thank you.
पहली नजर में कैसा जादू कर दिया, तेरा बन बैठा है मेरा जिया। जाने क्या होगा क्या पता, इस पल को मिलके आज ही ले जरा। मैं हूँ यहाँ, तू है यहाँ, मेरी बाहों में अभी जा। ओ जाने जा दोनों जहां, मेरी बाहों में आ भूल जा। ओ जाने जा दोनों जहां, मेरी बाहों में आ भूल जा। हर दुआ में शामिल तेरा प्यार है, तेरा लम्हा भी दुश्वार है। धड़कनों को तुझसे ही दरकार है, तुझसे राहते, तुझसे चाहते। हर दुआ में शामिल तेरा प्यार है, बिन तेरे दुश्वार है। धड़कनों को तुझसे ही दरकार है, तुझसे राहते, तुझसे चाहते। तू जो मिली एक दिन मुझे, मैं कहीं हो गया लापता। ओ जाने जा दोनों जहां, मेरी बाहों में आ भूल जा। ओ जाने जा दोनों जहां, मेरी बाहों में आ भूल जा। कर दिया दीवाना दर्द खास ने, चैन जीना इश्क के एहसास ने। बेख्याली दी है तेरी प्यास ने, शायद जरूर है, कुछ तो जरूर है। कर दिया दीवाना दर्द खास ने, चैन जीना इश्क के एहसास ने। बेख्याली दी है तेरी प्यास ने, शायद जरूर है, कुछ तो जरूर है। ये दूरियां
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your kind attention once again, please? Ladies and gentlemen, may I kindly ask you all now to make your way to our bar area for canapes and drinks and some live entertainment starting in about 30 minutes' time. Thank you.
it was all meant to be. Would you believe me? Would you agree? It's almost that feeling that we've met before. So tell me that you don't think I'm crazy when I tell you love has
Thank you to all our guests for braving the snow and attending our engagement and making it really special.
We're really happy that all our closest friends are with us today, and it means so much to us both. Thank you.
Some people search forever for that one special kiss. Oh, I can't believe.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I ask you all now kindly to be upstanding. And to put your hands together to receive your gracious hosts, the newly engaged Sumit and Ritu. Ladies and gentlemen, may I kindly ask you all now to put your hands together and provide a very warm welcome for your entertainers, Isha and Anish.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Sumit, Ritu, good friends, thank you for coming today. Anish and Isha have written a little mythical story to entertain you, something that's of their own composition. So over to Anish and Isha. It's called A Wolverhampton Love Story, or as you might know it better down here, it's really Loveloy.
We are all here to celebrate the engagement of Sumit and Ritu, so with that in mind, I want to help by telling you a story. But this is not just any old story. No, it's an illustrated story, written and performed by Anish and me, helped here and there by a few others. Some time ago, there was a very clever man. Let's just call him Sumit for the moment. He was very successful and seemed to have everything he could possibly want. He had a fast, powerful car with a fantastic sound system. He had lots of friends who came to visit him and a job that he loved. A sister and brother who made jokes about him but really loved him lots and lots. And parents who had given him everything. He had a lovely house with a large garden with lots of flowers and bushes and a pond with fish. There were birds singing in the trees and bushes. This is what they sang. One day, Sumit was walking in his garden, wondering why he felt so unsettled. He lay down on his lounger and basked in the evening sunshine. He realised he could hear something ringing in his ears. No, it wasn't his fancy flashy mobile phone. It was music, music from a music box. Here's what he heard. As he looked around to see where the music came from, he thought he heard someone whispering in his ear. No, it wasn't Ali calling him to go for a pizza.
Hey Sumo, you want double chicken burger, yeah?
It was a soft, gentle voice.
You need to find me, said the voice. I'm trapped and I can't get out.
No matter where he looked, Sumit couldn't see anyone. He thought he was going crazy, cuckoo even, because the voice still called to him. He even thought he heard a cuckoo. Listen, you might just hear it too.
Please come and find me,
implored the voice.
I'm trapped and I can't get out.
Even though he felt silly talking to someone he couldn't see, Sumit found himself asking out loud,
Who are ya?
I'm trapped and I can't escape until I've seen the most beautiful flower in the world, came the reply. You need to find it for me. That's the only thing that will set me free.
I have lots of lovely flowers in my garden.
he said.
Will one of them do?
No, you need to look really hard to find it. You need to go on a long journey and search everywhere.
How will I recognize it?
Don't worry, when you see it, you will know.
And with that, the voice faded into the breeze. Poor Sumit was really confused. He wanted to help, but he had been planning on spending the evening playing Xbox games with Anish. Anyway, he looked all around the garden for clues, and finding none, he called on his mum to ask what the most beautiful flower in the world was, where he might find it.
Oh, that is not easy,
said his mother.
Everybody has a favorite. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Why do you ask?
Oh, no reason,
he said and went back home. On his way, he met an army general. He was marching his soldiers all over the land. The soldiers and the general looked a little odd, Sumit thought. They wore turbans and short-sleeved jackets with baggy trousers and shoes whose toes curled up. They didn't carry rifles. Instead, they carried long curved swords. They were looking for something really important and precious, but the general couldn't tell Sumit what it was. It was top secret, and so he marched away. As he did so, the army band played a march. This is what it was. By the time he arrived home, it was beginning to get dark. It had been a long day, and he was thinking of inviting his friends over for a pizza and calling Anish to play FIFA 13. Poor Sumit. He sat up that whole night wondering what he should do. As the dawn broke over his garden, he made up his mind. Reluctant hero that he was, he would do whatever he could to rescue this girl. He looked around and found that a cloud had formed around him, and he was sitting on it. Then he floated up and up until he was looking down on his house and garden. Everything he could see became smaller and smaller. As he floated higher and higher, he heard a lovely sound. He thought he was approaching heaven because he felt so relaxed and because the sound was beautiful music. It was something like this. As he listened, enraptured by the music, the cloud floated right across the sea to another country. As the music ended, the cloud floated towards the land, and Sumit could see that he was approaching a lovely garden. He landed on the lawn of Sultan's palace. The Sultan was standing there. He was dressed in fine, brightly coloured silks. He was looking up at a girl in one of the towers of his palace. He looked really worried.
What's wrong?
Asked Sumit.
Why do you look so worried?
It's my sister, the princess, said Sultan. She's been locked in that tower and no one can free her. I don't know what to do.
How did she come to be trapped?
Sumit asked.
She loves flowers and accidentally picked one from a wicked jinn's garden to smell it, so he locked her in my tower. He cast such a powerful spell on her that none of the wise men in my kingdom can help. They know what to do, but they just can't figure out how to do it.
What needs to be done?
Sumit asked as he looked at the girl in the tower. He thought he had never seen anyone as beautiful. He couldn't take his eyes off her.
My magicians say we have to find the most beautiful flower in the world,
said the Sultan, taking off his turban and putting his head in his hands.
It is said to be so pure and beautiful that anyone who sees it will be granted whatever he or she wants. We have to find it and bring it back here.
Where do you think it might be?
Sumit asked, his eyes still on the girl in the tower.
That's just a problem,
said the Sultan.
No one knows. I've had my whole army searching the land and no one has found it anywhere.
Sumit found he was floating up into the sky again on his cloud.
Ask your magicians to say.
Sumit shouted as he rose higher and higher. But the Sultan had put his turban back on as he looked up at the cloud. He couldn't hear clearly and thought Sumit said,
Ask your musicians to play.
So he clapped his hands and his court musicians appeared with their instruments and played a tune which they thought would cheer him. Here is that very tune. As Sumit floated further and further away, he wondered if he would ever see the beautiful princess again. He hadn't even had a chance to take a photograph of her, as he was too busy staring at her. Not even his latest model mobile phone with 20 times optical zoom and 20 megapixel resolution could capture her beauty. The cloud floated further and further away. Down below, he could see the Sultan's palace, became a dot and then fade away to nothing as the land drew further and away from him. In the distance, he could see a long mountain range. The tallest peaks had snow on them. He thought it was strange that he didn't feel cold, though he ought to have done. The cloud was so soft that he just wrapped himself in it and felt warm. Eventually, the cloud came to hover over the tallest of the mountains. As the Sumit looked over the edge of the cloud, he tipped over just a little too far and fell into the snow. He saw a flash and realized that his mobile phone had fallen into the snow. He put it back in his pocket. As he did so, he caught sight of a single beautiful flower. Its stem was slim and delicate and green, and its head fell forward in a modest ring of 3 pure white petals stinged at the edges with the same shade of green as the stem. As he looked at the flower, he felt so humbled and privileged to have seen what must have been the most beautiful flower in the world that he heard angels singing. This is what he heard. He looked around hoping there would be other flowers, but no matter where he looked, he couldn't find anything else but snow. Turning his gaze to the flower again, he reached out his hand to pluck it. As he did so, he recalled all the different music he had heard on his strange adventure and the words of the Sultan. If he could return with this flower, he thought, he could not only set the princess free, he could have whatever he wanted. But nevertheless, the flower was all alone. He just couldn't bring himself to pick it. If he did, it would die. He took one last look at the flower and climbed back onto the clouds. The cloud took him back to the Sultan's palace. The Sultan was sitting on the lawn and saw the cloud approaching. When he saw Sumit, he jumped to his feet, started waving his turban and shouting.
"Did you find it?"
he cried.
"Did you find the flower? Have you brought it with you?"
Yes, I did, and no, I haven't, in that order,
said Sumit, stepping onto the lawn.
I saw the flower in the mountains, but I just couldn't bring myself to pluck it. It would have died if I had. That didn't seem right.
"But how shall we set my sister free?"
said the Sultan angrily.
"You were supposed to bring it back here."
Maybe I can set the princess free by getting her out through the window,
said Sumit, and with that he stepped back onto the cloud and floated up to the window in the tower. As Sumit approached, he saw that the princess was even more beautiful than he had imagined. When he tried to reach out to her through the window, something hard stopped his hand. There was a strange force keeping the princess locked in the tower. However hard he tried, Sumit could not find a way around the problem or force his way into the tower. The princess was distraught. Eventually, Sumit was about to give up. He took out his mobile phone to take a photograph of the princess. He realized that there was already a picture on the screen. It was the flower he had seen on the mountain top in the snow. His mobile phone must have taken a picture when it flashed. As he reached out to show the princess, his hand and camera were able to reach right through the window. The spell had been broken when the princess saw the flower. At last she was free. She stepped out onto the cloud, holding Sumit's hand.
What's your name?
Sumit asked.
Ritu,
Replied the voice.
Hi, I'm Sumit. Have I met you before? You seem familiar.
I know you,
said the princess.
I know you so well.
Sumit and the princess floated off to a faraway land behind a massive long wall. There Sumit asked her to marry him. She agreed, and that's why we're here. So everyone, let's party!